sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast,
where things will be misquoted
and opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked and probably loaded.
Hey guys, welcome to Locked and Probably Loaded with DJ and Kelly. I'm your host, DJ Qualls, and we're here with my good friend and co-host, Kelly Blackheart. Hey Kelly, how you doing?
I don't know, a little butthurt.
That's how you do it.
Well, to be fair, I had never done it before. I couldn't remember what you said. We hadn't recorded in like a month.
Hey guys, welcome to Locked and
Hey,
Probably
guys.
Loaded. But it's got to be like, hey, it's
Hey guys!
no.
Hey
No,
guys!
try it like this.
Hi
No,
guys!
try it like this. Hey guys.
Hey guys!
See, do you hear the? It's almost vocal fry, but it's excitement vocal fry.
Hey guys! Hey guys!
Hey guys.
Hi guys. Hello.
This is what all audition tapes are
Listen
like
to
now.
my podcast. Hello guys. We're here.
Galaxy.
Galaxy.
That's the thing that's fucked up about how we audition now, because it's all on video. So you get to do that 100,000 times.
It feels so unnatural to do that on a video as opposed to like in a room where somebody's like, okay, try it this way.
Yeah.
You're like, well, let me anticipate every way they could tell me to try it.
Yeah.
Hi guys.
You basically get to have 100 takes. And the problem with that is that on the day, they need to see how good you are on the day, like when the cameras are rolling.
So, okay, this is a question then, because so much stuff has gone to self-tape. And I know that
Almost
people
all of it.
I know that people don't like that. But if you had to go back to being in the room for everything, wouldn't that also piss you off because you had to drive somewhere?
No, because here's why it's different. If somebody meets you face to face, they get your vibe. You get their vibe.
Totally.
The thing that I think that's so fucked up about the self-tape is it takes the actors. What if I can't work with you?
Mm-hmm.
What if you're the asshole? What if you give me direction and I can't understand you? I mean, there's something so impersonal and also something sort of so fuck you to the actor. You'll take anything we give you.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
if we decide to cast you, and it's bad for the production because the director needs to know that they can that they have a through line with you, that they have a
Totally.
connection with you.
That makes sense just in my experience with online dating, right? It's like you could meet somebody online, you could be texting with them and the vibes are great. You could FaceTime with them and the vibes are great, but then the in-person chemistry is what is important. And if that doesn't land, then you have nothing.
Yeah, this is like this. Somebody going on to tell me a dating website.
Plenty of fish.
Somebody going onto my Plenty of Fish account, seeing my picture and doing this, sending me this message. We're fucking. You know what I mean? It's like, congratulations, you got the job. We're fucking.
How did you know what messages I got?
Because I sent them.
Because I got a lot of those.
There's, like, anybody can pull their dick out in a dirty sink. My sink is filthy right now. So that's
Okay, so
a little callback. One time Kelly was showing me like the kind of photos she got when she was doing online dating, and there's a dude standing there with his dick out in the sink, and his sink is filthy.
He's not even holding his dick. That's the part. It's like his dick is resting on the bowl of the sink, and then the rest of the countertop is just littered with like either toothpaste scum
It was
or
toothpaste scum.
cocaine or
It was
something like
toothpaste
that.
scum. I was like, dude.
To be fair, though, that is not even close to the worst man sink that I've seen. Like, I went to this guy's house one time, and I was like, can I use your restroom? Go into the restroom. The sink is completely black. And I'm like, I actually don't even understand how long it's been since water has touched this, because I don't know how you get black in your sink.
Maybe he works in a coal mine.
Oh my God, I'm such a fucking asshole.
There's so many coal mines in California.
Oh my God, he was a miner.
That means two things.
That means two things. Howdy, y'all. Welcome to Locked and Probably Loaded. I'm Kelly Blackheart. I'm here with my good friend and co-host, DJ Qualls.
That's how you do it. The age of consent came up recently, and I was talking about it's really kind of jarring when you go somewhere and it's like, oh yeah, 16, they're grown up. And then my buddy was like, it's jarring to me that you know the age of consent. I'm like, I can see that from your perspective because you are at an age where you're on your, like, you're dating again. And I know you're thinking about age a lot more than I am.
Yeah.
Because first of all, homie is rumored to have been dating a 19-year-old girl recently.
Oof.
So it means something different to you than it does to me. What I'm
For
saying,
sure.
I'm saying not there's dirt on the field, play ball, or
Yeah.
whatever that phrase is.
There's grass on the field.
Yeah, play ball. Get the fuck out of here. I hate kids.
Old enough to pee, old enough for me.
Yeah,
That's
that
what
kind
they
of.
say.
Is that real? That's not a real thing. Old enough to pee? You're old enough to pee in utero.
I know. That's why it's a pedophile phrase.
Is it a pedophile phrase? I don't know any pedophiles.
I don't either. Not that I know of. But like that's what's so interesting to me because like 19, yes, technically legal.
Ew.
But that's why the internet discourse gets so interesting to me because they think people are too woke when we talk about age gap relationships where it's a 19-year-old and a 40-year-old or something like that. And it's like, it's not. Yes, obviously she's legal. There's so much shit wrong with that though. Like I can't imagine going anywhere with a 20-year-old guy right now and having anything in common.
Yeah,
anything to talk about.
So this came up in San Diego. This is where this,
Do you want to tell us about your trip?
it was great.
Maybe at the end.
Yeah. Maybe in like 3 episodes from now I'll remember to talk about it. But this came up in San Diego, the age of consent, and and we're all about the same age, and and a couple of people in our friend group who got married young are now divorced and are dating. And I couldn't, and a couple of years ago I had a birthday party, and somebody that is a friend of a friend brought a 19-year-old to my birthday party. And I casually know his ex, was soon to be ex-wife. They were separated. And I'm like, and he followed me to the bathroom and was like, "You're being really rude." I'm like, "You brought a fucking child to my birthday party." First of all, I am not an unknown person. And there's no way for people to do this. Oh, look, 3 old dudes and the dude's daughter because you're all over her. Mm-hmm. You're not Donald Trump.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So nobody would assume that that's your daughter. It looks like you're pervy and I'm a party to it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like there have been so many things where it's like Chris D'Elia, the comedian, he was infamously going after young women or whatever. And it's like all of his friend group, like Whitney Cummings and all those people, it's like, yeah, you're also getting part of the blame because he was bringing those people around you and you knew what was going on.
You're complicit in a way. You're not responsible for people's behavior, but if it's addressable, I think you're allowed to address like, hey, this makes me uncomfortable, which is what I said. I was like, I'm wildly uncomfortable. I have nothing against 19-year-olds. Right. Some of my best friends are 19, and that's not true. But you know what I mean?
Some of my best friends used to be 19.
Yeah, exactly.
And they were great.
I used to be 19, and I'm awesome.
Wait.
Yeah.
When?
I did. It was a couple of years ago.
15 years ago.
Yeah. So it's nothing against, I'm not ageist in that way. I just think it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And there's a balance of power that is a real thing. And everybody loves to say, well, she's mature for her age or whatever. I'm like, she just did this. The economy is getting bad. Ew. I mean,
well, and that's such a line that older men use for younger women. Cause like I got hit on a lot in high school by older men. Like I used to play in this like recreational volleyball league when I was 17 and I was a good volleyball player. Right. And so there was this guy in the league. His name was Andy and he was.
We have an earthquake.
No, I think you just blew your nose.
The chair was moving.
It was a forceful blow, dude.
Jesus Christ.
He blew. But he was also a good volleyball player, but he was like very into me, right? And I had this necklace that I used to wear, and he like asked to have the necklace, and he'd be like, "It smells like you," blah, 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 because it was like a choker type thing. But at the time, as a 17-year-old girl, you like that attention.
Yeah, it feels flattering. I don't blame the 19-year-old girl at all.
Totally. So it's like, oh my God, he's saying I'm so mature, all of this stuff. Like I never went out with him or anything. He's dead now, honestly. But at the time it felt really, really flattering. And as an adult, I'm like, oh. But it's one of those like canon events where you can't really interfere with young women about this because you want to tell them like, hey, it's really creepy that you're dating a guy that's 10 years older than you. But you can't, like, it's really, really hard to supersede those emotions because you feel picked.
With a relative who was really young, dating a much older man. And I tried to address it and was like, "You're not my real dad," and I'm like, "I'm not, I'm your cousin." It was like that kind of stuff.
I know it's confusing out here, but I am not your dad.
But it was like, and then years later, she was like, "God, I really wish somebody would have stepped in." And I was like, "I tried. You can't have it both ways. You can't blame me for not being more active when you told me to fuck right on off."
Yeah,
because I'm trying to respect you and let you live your own life experience because every mistake has been made by somebody in a generation previous to us. I mean, we've been, upright for 100,000 years. But you can only learn something when it's directly applicable to you. That's just human experience. That's also just maturing and growing up.
Yeah.
But ew.
I know.
Ew.
Well, that's the thing too. It's like everybody.
And here's the thing: if I were a hot 19-year-old girl and a man in his mid to late hundreds who had like $1 billion, I would give a pukey hand job until that motherfucker died.
I say that
Working
now,
is hard.
But when I was on Seeking Arrangement as a kid, basically, I couldn't do that, and now I go back and go, "Fuck, why did
what
I
an
do that?
idiot!
What a fucking idiot!"
I think most people, well, not most people. I think most women and some guys who are hot like me, had jokes, have had an experience with a wealthy, powerful man at some point who was like, "Come over here," but I was like, "I want love." What a fucking idiot!
We're such losers.
Love is stupid.
Like if today me would have talked to 19-year-old me and it's like, "Hey, you don't give a shit about love 20 years from now." I could have done so much damage.
We should teach kids how to embezzle.
I know.
So if I knew about embezzling, I could have just pilfered away small amounts of money into a high growth mutual fund, and
oh my God, we could make an online course and sell it.
for market it only to hot 19-year-old girls.
Well, it's like every fucking TikTok you see is like, here's how I got 20,000 followers in a month. And it's like, they give you the most fucking generic advice. And it's like, and if you guys want more, my course is in my bio. And it's like, that's how you made, that's how you made money. But what was I going to say?
Working is hard. We're going to say that?
Well, we were talking about like 19-year-olds like falling for that stuff. But it's like, it's also pretty common to think that you're the exception to the rule.
Everybody thinks they're exception to every rule.
Yeah, and so like I was just watching a docuseries last night called Don't Date Brandon, and it's based on this podcast that these two women do called like the ex-wives go undercover or something like that. And so it's two ex-wives of this one guy who eventually came together and realized, oh, he had been lying to us about all this stuff. But
was he married to both of them at the same time?
No, but he was married to the first one.
Is that them?
Yeah. He was married to the first one, and we kind of like start the story when he's in his second marriage, and he had been disparaging his first wife. Like, she's crazy. Yeah. She does all these things. She calls me all the time, blah, blah, whatever. And like even set up this thing where like they had the first wife and him had a daughter together. And he set up this thing where it's like, oh, we have this parenting plan, so we can only talk to her through this app. And so the new wife is thinking like she's communicating with the ex-wife and all of this stuff. Turns out it would have been him the whole time. But she even admits in this thing where it's like, when it gets really, really hairy and it's like, okay, he might be violent or any of the stuff. She's like, I didn't think he was going to do that to me though. You know, like, and everybody thinks that because you don't see the worst of somebody until like,
it's impossible for us to stand the depths of nuts somebody can be.
Totally.
It was a female friend that told me about people setting up multiple social media accounts to troll exes or the new partner of an ex. It blew my fucking mind. It just would never occur to me to open one more than one social media
you're like, I didn't want to open the ones I have.
It blew my mind that people could do that, and that's simple. That's sort of the tip of the iceberg. Mm-hmm. The kind of deception and the kind of shit that people can get into. I will say this though, if I give you any advice about friendships or relationships or just interacting with people at all, be on the lookout for stuff like this. The over complaining about somebody that this person doesn't know.
My ex is crazy.
Yeah. Or when somebody does this, they say, "We'll be right back after these messages." That's a red flag.
That is a red flag.
But this, like when you have a friend who is like, "Oh my God, I want you to meet my friend Josh or Jonathan or whatever his name is," and then you're like, "Oh my God, I like this person," and they're like, "Well, they kind of suck."
Yeah,
that happens a lot with
like,
people.
why are you building them up and then when I like them, you're tearing them down?
Yeah, I've had quite a few people over the years in my life who don't want me to be friends with their friends when I become friends with their friends.
Yeah,
or friends with anybody. Really.
That happens to me all the time. Where it's like we were talking about that on the last episode. Where it's like, to me, it's ideal if all of my friends love each other because then, especially if it's all of my friends in Chicago like each other or know each other, so that when I go, I can just like, hey, night out at this place or whatever. I can see everybody at once.
You don't have to make plans. I like that.
It didn't fucking ever occur to me that there were people that like wanted to keep all of their friend groups separate so that they could have the hierarchy of like, I'm going to talk shit about this person to this group and then talk shit about this person to this group or whatever. But my old roommate was like that, where it's like, she introduced me to her friends, and then her friends and I really, really got along. And then her mind was blown. Yeah, because it was like, wait a second, I'm not in charge.
Well,
anymore.
Carmen D. Actually, she's a liar.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a you thing.
Yeah. You're just okay. Interesting. So now I've taken away your ability to talk shit about these people. Yeah. Because I know them and like them. And also,
what is it? The people it never occurs to them. It also says something about you, like if you're surrounded by assholes, if every single person in your life is not that great,
I know,
or has fucked you over in some way that you have to share after you're like, oh my God, so and so is swell, and they're like, so and so isn't swell.
Yeah,
so and so is a liar who cut up a dog.
Like, so why are you friends with them? Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character. There's very rare times that I'm like, I don't like that person. You know that.
The impulse for us when we watch these documentaries is to just think that people are stupid, right? But there's so many things. Well, I'm just saying that.
The general public for sure.
Yeah, and,
I would never do this. That's
like including I've had those thoughts, and then but you don't realize like how convincing you are when you're in a situation you can't see around it. Yeah. A lot of times, and also you're coming from a place of need. Mm-hmm. Like I have a friend who is dating, and I know that I've talked about this before, but she's dating, and she said, I wish I could just skip the dating part and go right into a relationship. I'm like, that's red flaggy. Mm-hmm. But I understand what you mean.
You want the comfort of not having to put on airs or like the not knowing if they feel the same for you. That's fine. But then
you could wind up married to Brandon.
Yeah, exactly.
And you may, and it's more likely because if anybody is willing to, if they don't find that a red flag, then they're probably fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, I think especially in relationships, we've talked about this before. It never starts out full on. It's like somebody being really, really kind to you and you experiencing this love that you've never experienced before. And then all of a sudden shit starts unraveling. And then they start like in the Don't Date Brandon. It's like anytime he would get maybe caught in something, it's like, well, I have Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Yeah.
And you're like, and so that is a moment where like, because I've seen so many.
Did he have Hodgkin's lymphoma?
No, of course not. And like his ex-wife
Brandon
thought he had lung cancer.
Brandon can't fucking let me have anything. I had that.
Yeah, well, we should sue him.
Fuck you, Brandon.
Cease and desist on Brandon.
White people can't let us have anything.
He is in prison until 2027.
What did he do?
He broke into it was a girlfriend's house, and she had broken up with him because she heard the podcast. Like she became privy to the podcast of the ex-wives, and they were trying to save her. Yeah, they started a podcast.
I didn't realize it was
and so they were like telling all these stories about him. And somehow, I can't even remember how she stumbled upon it. Maybe her friend was like, isn't this Brandon? And so she started to like really see the red flags and all that stuff. So she broke up with him. And the thing with Brandon was like, if you broke up with him, that's when the real shit started. He was stalking people.
Yeah.
He was breaking into their homes. He was putting trackers on their cars. He was putting cameras in their homes, all that stuff. And so he broke in when she was in her house one day with a guy that I don't know if she was dating or was a friend of or whatever. And they were like just lying in the bed talking. And he came in with a taser, but it looked like a gun. And he like put her in a chokehold and all this stuff. And he gets arrested, but is talking to the police. He's like, that never happened. That never happened. He's like, okay, well, that camera you tried to disable when you got into the room, it wasn't disabled. So we have video of the whole thing. So they had evidence of it.
Yeah.
But the whole documentary was so frustrating because it just shows how inept or how bad the system is when it comes to reporting crimes like this, because so many women deal with stalkers or like abusive shit, but unless there's proof, you can't do anything, or unless he's already hit you, you can't do anything.
You can't do something on a suspicion.
Yeah.
And
So
you have
pretty
to
much
have
you can't do anything until you're dead.
The stalking laws are definitely a problem in this country.
Yeah.
And it usually takes somebody being murdered or maimed. There was an actress, I think her name was Teresa Saldana, who this guy was stalking her.
Mm-hmm.
He wound up stabbing her like 74 times.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. And California, it happened in California. Our stalking laws got a little more stringent, but they're not great.
Mm-hmm.
I've had, like, back when TMZ used to follow you around, like, they could chase you down the fucking street. They could strobe a camera over your wall as long as they weren't on your property.
Yeah.
Like, all of this crazy shit that's legal. The thing that in Canada, if somebody's taking a picture of you and you tell them to stop, they have to. Isn't that nuts?
Whoa.
They're
They're
like
like,
this-
whoa, sorry, mate.
Yeah.
I was trying to take a picture of the thing behind you.
Yeah, they did. Oh, sorry about that. It's Casey you tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, and that's why it's so maddening, because then you get people who are like fucking anti-trans, or like, we're trying to protect women, keep men out of women's sports, and it's like, protect women in ways that actually fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like Brandon had restraining orders from the time he was 19, multiple restraining orders, multiple domestic violence cases, all that stuff. This guy had a rap sheet that was fucking crazy, and the fact that at the moment that people were reporting him and all that stuff, they still couldn't do anything.
We fix things. We have this thing as humans where we want to fix other things that are not that broken because they're easier to fix, to avoid dealing with real shit.
Yeah.
Why the fuck does Taco Bell need Frank's hot sauce? Why do you have to do a whole line of that?
And why do you have to charge $7.99 for a Mexican pizza?
It's $7.99 for a Mexican pizza I just paid, and it was cold. Fix the things that are actually wrong, Taco Bell. Don't start adding things.
Yeah, you got a Mexican pizza, a large drink, and a side of sour cream, and it was over $12.
It was almost $13. And so here's the thing. It made me not want to round up for charity.
And now somebody can't go to college, Taco
Exactly.
Bell. What the fuck?
That 13 cents I didn't want to give because I was pissed off.
Yeah.
I also was cranky.
Taco Bell just really does need to remember its roots, though.
It is fucking fascinating to me that a meal for one costs $15 at Taco Bell. It's lips and assholes and sour cream. I love it.
Yeah, like how do you go from the fast food restaurant that has been shit on for so many years? Like, obviously it's beloved, but like the critics aren't wrong when they say it's all the same food in different shapes.
Yeah, it's the same 5 ingredients recombined.
Yeah, it's not. We know it's not expensive to make these things. And
We know you're not paying your employees anything.
and we know you're not putting extra love into those things, because I've seen the way they come out sloppy toppy.
Yeah.
So let's cool it on the pricing on that.
I mean, this reminds me of my trip to San Diego. So I was just in San Diego visiting friends, and I had a great time. Years ago, 2011, I was down there doing Comic-Con, and I just, in the middle of the day, I wanted to get away from the Comic-Con fray. There's like 500,000 people down there.
Yeah.
And so I went to a bar called the Gas Lamp Tavern, and a girl was sitting there with her dog, a little Frenchie, who it was not the most friendly of French bulldogs, but just saw me and just started like trying to get at me, like, but in a friendly way. And she was like, the dog never does this. And so like, you need to meet the dog. So I went over, her name is CoCo. And I loved this dog. And and through that I met, and Danny was her boyfriend, now her husband. He was upstairs peeing, came down, and he was like, are you the dude from Road Trip? I'm like, yes, let's be best friends. And so San Diego has become this place over the years where, like, LA's my home. It's comforting, but I don't really go out here. So if I want a weekend to blow off some steam, I take the train down to the gas lamp. It's like $50 each way, which is what more than parking. I mean, parking's more than that.
Yeah.
And you don't have to deal with anything. And you can drink on the train, and they give you a free little bottle of wine.
Whoa.
And yeah, it is crazy. A coach ticket is $34 or like $33, and the first class ticket is $19 more. You get a snack pack and a bottle of wine.
Like a full size,
no,
or like the one of the
yeah. I mean,
whatever.
It's still America.
It's still worth it.
It's a fucking great deal.
Yeah.
And so, and look how pretty the Santa Fe Depot is. That's where you go down to. And it's like, and I always talk like this when I'm on there. I talk like this. I'm on the train to San Diego.
It's very transatlantic.
I love it. So I went, and Danny and Devin have since moved to Phoenix to have children. Their kids are adorable. I got to go to Disneyland with them last year, and I bought their oldest daughter Gia a backpack. I mean, they're expensive,
Yeah.
but
it was $400, but she loved it.
They're really nice ones that are stitched well. And Devin says, Uncle DJ bought me this, and I'm like, what? That's the best way to have children in your lives. Come in, buy them something that they're going to remember you by, and then get out before you wreck them.
Yeah. That's why I love being an aunt.
Yeah.
It's the
It's great.
best.
But I had a great time, and I haven't seen them in that environment for a long time, and so it was, everything changes. Like, and one thing that I realized, it's $55 for the first class and $36 for coach, and coach can be standing room only, so you get a guaranteed seat because
And it's a 3-hour.
yeah.
Ooh.
And the train going down there, Duplo was having a run.
Who's Duplo?
Diplo.
Oh, Diplo.
Diplo is having a run. Duplo is actually a toy brand.
Oh.
Diplo is a DJ.
Okay. Yeah.
So he was doing a 10K, and it was the train was like Calcutta. Like there were people hanging off the side of it. Like it was, you see those Indian trains where like the people are just packed in there. It was more busy than Comic-Con. I'd never seen it like that. And by the time Danny got on, because I picked him up on the way down there because he was staying in San Juan Capistrano. There was no seats, so we had to stand up for the last hour. Yeah, I mean,
Wait, even in first class, or did you?
No,
go
because
to...
I couldn't get first class. Oh, I booked it the day before
Oh.
because I didn't want to book anything until I got my passport. My passport expired, so I had to go down to the passport office for 6 hours.
Oh wait, yeah, there's a passport thing because we were talking about how we both had to update our passport, and I went. In Chicago, I went and got new passport photos.
Yeah.
I was filling out all the forms. And then all of a sudden I'm looking at my passport. But this is what my brain does. Like as soon as I turned 39, I started calling myself 40 because it's the next thing that's happening. So it's like, oh, I'm basically 40. I think in my head, this entire time I've been thinking like, oh, it's 2026. My passport's going to expire. So I'm filling out the form and I'm like, oh wait, my passport is not going to expire.
You went deep into this process.
I went so like I had already made appointments for us at the federal building. I got my passport photos. I actually even I paid $80 or something like that to start getting a new passport before we went to Mexico. And then I was like, oh, I'll put this on pause because we're gonna go to Mexico. So I've spent money and a lot of time on getting a new passport, and then realized that my passport doesn't expire till next November.
So, and unbeknownst to you. And it's not your fault at all because you were under this assumption. It fucked me a little bit because I would have just stayed at home and spent a tremendous amount of money to have somebody do it for me. But it was too late for that.
Yeah.
And and you made the appointment and I was already there. But I didn't want to put you in a situation where you had to go by yourself. And I also didn't want to pay an extra $600 for you to have to do it too. So that $1,200 is too much.
No, for sure.
$600 is too much.
Yeah.
But it took me 6 hours. It took 6 hours, not including the driving time, and I'm hungry. And here's what they do. You go down there and you give them your application. They take your number, and they're like, we'll text you when it's ready, but don't leave. If you could stay in the immediate area because it can line up pretty quickly. And also there could be a problem with your thing, so just stay by. So, but if you don't hear from us by 4 hours, then we probably won't get you today. So come back here and get instructions. So I wait the fucking 4 hours, And I go up there, and the line by the time I get back, because it's the collection time for passports. And the reason why I have to do this is because I travel so much that there's really not been enough time for me to send it away and get it back to go on this supernatural cruise.
And also this administration, this is do
real.
Not want to fucking.
Well, the government is shut down too, and even though they're saying it doesn't directly affect passports, there's a delay in everything, and we're seeing it now with the airlines.
There's also a world where our clips have come across Trump's desk,
and that is a real.
It's a real.
That's a real thought. I was like, I've said a lot of things that are not necessarily the most flattering things. They're honest as fuck though, and right. But I've said a lot of things, and there was a part of my brain that said, am I willing? I have so little trust in this administration and them going like after people in a vengeful way that they wouldn't lose my application or find some sort of reason where I couldn't get it back.
Yeah, 100%.
And I mean, and that may sound paranoid, but homie fucking looks at everything. He certainly spends more time doing that than he does presidenting.
Yeah, he's not presidenting at all.
Yeah.
He's napping and looking at TikTok clips,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like I was still totally willing to go with you to the appointment, and then you brought up a great point, like, oh, you can't come because they won't let people in without appointments. And I was like, oh shit. So I was planning to go there and suffer with you that day, and then I felt really badly that you had to do it yourself.
It was like the pandemic. The first 2 hours were kind of cool. I was watching Antiques Road Trip. I was in the car, but I can't eat early in the morning. And, you know, I got there like at 9 o'clock or 9:30. And then it started getting hot. And then it's full sun in the parking lot, and there's nothing you can do about that. And so the car starts heating up. So then I'm turning it on, and then people are like walking around. Some people are crying. Like, because people are also there, like,
they're trying to get it like last minute, and they realize they can't do a trip or something like that.
When I went back, anyway, so I go back at the time when they said I should await instructions, and the line is long as fuck. Mm-hmm. And there's a lady in front of me who's sobbing because something has happened recently with her residency, and her daughter needs this passport, or she's going to be deported, and she's like a baby. Like it's all these legal residents, or they're finding reasons to fucking not let them be legal residents anymore, right? And so like, you know how susceptible I am to like that kind of stuff. So then I'm starting to feel bad, and then I'm hungry, and I start getting cranky, and I'm like, why is the world like this? They do this to make us all miserable, and everybody's miserable as fuck there. So I get up to the front of the line, and it was like, oh, yeah, there's a problem with your application. They're supposed to text you. We'll be right back after these messages. They're supposed to text you. And they're like, yeah, you checked regular size book, but because all of your pages were stamped, we can't issue you a regular size book. You have to sign up for a jumbo book, which is the same price, but you have to check jumbo book and then initial Xing out regular book, because the thing that
feels like bureaucratic bullshit.
The thing that you
red tape.
The thing that you apply for has to be the thing that you walk away with. So then I'm like, okay, how much longer? And it's like, at least another hour. So I'm in there, like in the car, and that last hour, every second was 2 hours. Like, fuck Antiques Road Trip. I fucking hate it. I never want to see it again. No, at that time.
Yeah.
Nothing was good, and I was starving at this
Should
point.
have ordered some, like, DoorDash to your car.
See, that stuff never occurs to me. Simple solutions to complex problems.
See, that's why I needed to be there.
Yeah, stuff like that does not... why don't you just do this? I'm like, oh.
I'm a problem solver by nature. Like, that's there. Even during that day where it's like, I don't know if I can record tomorrow because like this is so much and I need to fucking take a break. And immediately I was like, all right, well, so can we record Friday or something? And you're like, I'm not ready to make any decision because I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
But that is how my brain works, is immediately when I feel like there is a fork in the road, I'm going to start. It's not necessarily like I'm going to start veering some other way, but I want to set things up so that whatever path we go to, there's already a solution there.
Yeah, but I was going to San Diego on Friday, so there's no way I was doing that.
No, totally. But like, that's what I'm talking about, is like, the minute that I feel like a situation isn't going the way that I was expecting it to go, I'm already looking at, and that's probably anxiety. Like, what I'm realizing, because I saw something recently because I had never really identified with my anxiety diagnosis because I don't really feel super stressed about a lot of things. But then I saw somebody talking about anxiety, and it's like, if you're somebody who like always thinks of the worst possible situation to happen and like ways to get out of it, it's because you're anxious. I'm like, oh, like, because the stress never like I wasn't really feeling anxious about certain things, but I'm constantly looking for an exit plan or what do I do if this doesn't work out?
I
Blah, blah,
never
whatever.
know where the nearest exit is.
Yeah. I don't want to be anywhere without knowing where the exit is.
But just this thing, I mean, I'm a pivoter. Like I look around the corner and see things to come. But in this situation, getting this passport was so profoundly important. And it's not because I would be out a lot of money if I can't go on the cruise. It's my job to be on it. But people paid a lot of money to have these experiences with me. And I'm just thinking this. If this is the reason why I disappoint 200 people, I'm going to feel awful about this. So,
and also from a company standpoint too, it's like even if the company recognizes that you didn't make the cruise because the flight was canceled or whatever, it's like it still is on unfortunately a demerit on you.
And that's really interesting because that was also a big part of that. You know me so well. The thought, because when something happens like that, they just remember that you didn't perform.
They don't remember the details.
Why you didn't perform.
Yep.
It's like when you're doing when you get new pages on a set and like you show up to work and they've rewritten the scene. And
you're fumbling a little bit.
And then they're like, oh, no, it's okay. These are brand new pages. 5 minutes later, this motherfucker can't remember anything. They completely absolve themselves of creating the problem.
You're like,
and
who is
you're
it
the
that can't
problem.
remember things? Because it seems like you have amnesia about the fact that you are the one who caused
But
this
it's
fucking
always
problem.
that way. I was doing this thing once where it was set in the future. It was called Time Traveling Bong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's where you smoked a bong and you traveled through time.
I love Alana.
Yeah, it's great. And Paul,
no.
Paul Glazer?
Paul Downs.
Yeah, Paul Downs.
Yeah.
Paul Downs, who writes, who created Hacks.
Yeah. They're great.
So they were in it. And I was in the future, and in the future, everybody spoke Mandarin. And so it said in the script that the first line was in Mandarin and the rest of it was heavily accented English. It wasn't that. It was the first line was in heavily accented English and the rest of it was in Mandarin. So they sent me this file to learn it phonetically, and they did this like 2 days before I shot. So for 2 fucking days, my whole life was dedicated to time traveling bong to learn the phonetic Mandarin of my lines, and I got it. And the next morning I show up to work and a producer comes up and his face is like all the blood strained out of it. And he was like, we sent you the lines for the other character. So I learned somebody else's Mandarin. And so I'm like, okay, here's what we're going to do. The translator's going to stand right by the camera and we're going to go line by line by line. And I could tell by the middle of the day, they forgot. They're like,
why do we gotta hand feed this guy's lines?
This guy doesn't know any fucking Mandarin. This guy doesn't know Mandarin.
What do you mean this white guy from Manchester, Tennessee doesn't know Mandarin? The fuck?
Exactly. Under special skills on the back of your resume, it says fast learner.
Yeah, 100%. I need to rewatch that movie because I definitely watched it high as fuck. But Broad City was such a great show. A fucking transformative show for me. The first spec I ever wrote was a Broad City spec, and I gotta say it's really good. Have you ever read it? Have I ever sent it to you? You should read it. It's good.
Oh, speaking of read things, did you read that movie?
Oh no, not yet.
I read it.
I forgot. How'd you like it?
It's interesting.
Okay.
I don't know the director, and I'm not really familiar with his work. They're making an offer today, I think, about it. It shoots in Kentucky though, so I'll be going back to Kentucky.
Same woods.
And I have no problem with Kentucky, except I don't like it.
But you can go see the blues.
The thing I don't like about Kentucky is that it's the rednecks that I came into contact with are mean.
Yeah.
Our rednecks really aren't that bad in Tennessee. They do say get off our land and all that stuff, but if you're
they're not mean to me though.
No, if you're on a and they're all like 2-lane highways that are twisty as fuck with no median. And in Tennessee, where I'm from, if people are speeding down those twisty ass roads, which they know well, they just come around you. They do it on a curve. It's dangerous as fuck. But here they would just ride. I was shot a movie in Harrodsburg last year, Harrodsburg, Kentucky, this little town, and they would just ride your ass, and then like, and to the point where you're panicked. And then this guy one night, late at night, I went to the convenience store, which was 12 miles away. That was the nearest convenience store.
Very
Down this
convenient.
twisty ass road. And he came up, honked his horn, and I had the windows down because there's something about when I'm in an uncertain situation, if the window is down, it makes me feel grounded. Like I have the radio off and the window down.
The wind whipping.
I don't know. It just calms me. But he yelled, "Go back to New York," and I had Texas plates on my car.
I'm from Texas, bitch.
So anyway, I'm probably going back there.
Great. I have to pee.
Yeah.
Bad.
Oh, he's gonna leave me to talk.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You guys should meet my friend Kelly. She's great. Oh, I love Kelly. Well, Kelly is a chronic liar.
What else happened in San Diego?
It was great. But I think, did I say everything happened in San Diego?
I don't know. I wasn't there with you.
Oh, it was great. No, I got to see friends. I saw my friend Tiffany. The thing that sucks is that like our cornerstone meeting place, Henry's, is now turned into a Fat Tuesdays. So it's just like slushy by the yard.
Oh, very touristy.
Yeah. And there was a corner called the Hot Corner, and it was where all the locals sat, and there was a neon sign above it that said Hot Corner. And it was just sort of an inside joke. Nobody sitting in that corner was hot, but it was just where the locals sat.
Was it an actual Fat Tuesdays?
Now
Like
it's
the
a
chain?
now it's a Fat Tuesdays. Before that, it was a Henry's, and Henry's was just an independent pub that had been there for years, and the food was amazing, and it was just a local. It's on Fifth, and Fifth is all touristy, but it was not. It was the one place on Fifth that was for locals, and now it's a fucking Fat Tuesdays.
Oh, $5 beers though.
And it was
$6 beers.
There's no $5 beer in the world that would make me go to a Fat Tuesdays unless I'm in Mexico. That's what you do. You don't do that in San Diego. There's also a Margaritaville themed hotel now, where you wake up.
There's a Margaritaville in the Bahamas.
But that makes sense. This is downtown San Diego. There's nothing tropical about that. And you wake up to the steel drums. They start playing steel drums at 9 o'clock in the morning in the courtyard to wake everybody up. But it's a dum 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 dum. And then you go like Danny didn't have a room the first night. He was going to stay on his mom's boat, but he was too drunk to get out there. And so I was like, let's just go over to the hotel you're staying at and see if they have a room. And I'm like, do you have a room? And like this, no man. Like, for real. I was like, this is weird.
Brad, you can't say that actually.
This is really cultural appropriation. And I'm not even a stickler for that, but I feel weird.
I haven't been to San Diego in so long. I
It's
love San
so
Diego though.
fun. And I will say that I am thankful for the podcast. And I've never been thankful for it before. I'm thankful for the podcast because I would be feeling this way tomorrow because I would have stayed an extra day.
Yeah.
If I having somewhere to be is really important.
Well, it's funny because when you first went, you're like, I'm going down and I'll be back for trivia I'm going to come back for trivia on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I knew you weren't coming back
Yeah.
for trivia.
Well, here's the thing.
But I texted you yesterday. I was like, is the plan that you're still coming back for trivia? Because I was like deciding whether or not I wanted
Yeah.
to
What did I
shower
say?
and get ready. And you said, no, they missed their flight or something like that.
No, Danny
Plans-
and Devin's flight was canceled.
Oh, it's canceled. Yeah. And you're like, so I'm going to stay and take the 9
Yeah.
o'clock train. And I was like, okay, cool. But there was a part of me that was very worried that you weren't going to make the train.
Yeah.
And then you texted me, I made the train by the
By
skin
the
of my
skin
teeth.
on my fucking teeth.
And I was like, good job.
Like I was in Ocean Beach and I got there and it's a Chargers bar and Tiffany wanted me to come and hang out with her on her shift. I love her very much. It's easy to do when we're in the gas lamp because I know everybody down there, and also I can just go to other places. This I couldn't leave. I don't know this area, and the bar is every fucking seat in the bar is packed and it's huge. And People are screaming at the television. I am hungover. I start getting super anxious. So then I start pounding shots, and then and everyone's looking at me. And then the shots really helped a little bit for reasons previously known to you all. And then this guy sitting next to me who kept eyeballing me was like, "Hey, I got to talk to you." I'm like, "Good. Thank you so much," because it was so fucking mad uncomfortable for you to stare at me without
Yeah, you're like I as much fun as it is to take shots in an aquarium while people stare at me, I would love if you tapped on the window.
My nose has been itching for 3 hours, but I don't want you to think that I'm picking it. So I'm just sitting here in misery. And the men's room only had 2 urinals and 1 stall, and there was a lineup, so I couldn't even go in the bathroom to scratch my nose or
That's a crowded
piss.
bar.
Yeah, I pissed myself.
Oh,
anyway,
good.
guys, join us next time to hear more about pissing yourself.
Yeah, you can follow us on social media at Loaded Pod. Join our Patreon.
If you like any of this,
You're-
boy, do we have something for you. It's called Patreon.
Yeah. Patreon's where all the secrets get let out.
That's where I do
And-
tell stories with the names in them.
Yeah.
Unlike here where I tell stories with the names.
They get bleeped out most of the time. You can follow us you can join us on Patreon for episodes a week early, video plus an extra 10 to 15 minutes a week, and our live happy hours, patreon.com/loadedpod. If you want to try out the live happy hour, go to loadedpod.com, put your email in. We'll send you an invite for the next one. You can email us probably loadedpod@gmail.com or call us 323-272-3908.
And just thank you guys so much. Like, I'm a fake curmudgeon. Like, this really is such a fun thing for me, and it's so therapeutic, and I've been told by so many people out in the real world that it's an hour like respite from their day.
Totally.
And like just yesterday, my friend Devin, she listens to the podcast,
Oh,
and she was like,
hi, Devin.
She was like, I listen to it like when I'm driving the girls to school and on the way back home, and it's just
Yeah, the earmuffs, yeah.
but we talk. Everything we say is good. We're great
Yeah.
for children.
I was like, you need a flared base on your anal probes.
I think you know how when those videos of when they show Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
Hi.
We're basically the Miss
We're-
Rachel
for
of this generation.
Yeah, we are for kids who are just past that age. Yeah.
Hi. I listened to a lot of Miss
yeah.
Rachel last week.
Anyway, thanks guys. If you want to, we do a live happy hour every month, and if you're not on our Patreon, you like to see what we do, send an email to loadedpod@gmail.com.
I already did that.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Go to
don't,
our website, loadedpod.com.
you have to become a man, so I'll start listening to you.
I know. I literally am trying, but the Republicans won't let me. Anyway, bye, guys.
Bye.
Sit on down and pour yourself a glass.
And tune into your favorite podcast.
Where things will be misquoted.
And opinions ain't sugar-coated.
'Cause DJ and Kelly are locked